great state of North Philadelphia, city of Germantown. That's a stab at gentrification. Yeah, we want to go for it. Always trying to make it better. Like just listen to Chuck tell a story. It's you know it's like going back down the lane. And a lot of things that he experienced, I experienced as well. But I handled it a little different. And it's amazing to me that you could survive this nightmare, this Holocaust. I'm grateful to be here simply because me being here is a testament to the spirit of my village. I was raised by a village in which anything that I know is worth knowing or worth emulating, I know from a black boy. So that's what I drew on those 42 years. That's what I drew on for those 42 years. Can you hear me?
Now we can. Now.
Yeah, that's what I drew on for those 42 years of the training that I was given in the village of Richard Allen. How to survive, how to organize, how to turn within, how to critique yourself, how to think critically, how to move critically, how to assess and analyze people, who was good, who wasn't, etc. One of the things that Chester touched on, talked about not being bitter or angry. I'm not bitter or angry. I'm an intense individual and I've always been intense. But to me, it's sort of disrespectful when reporters ask us, are we angry? Because if we want to be angry, we can be angry. We have the right to be angry. Put in a cage for X amount of years and then having all types of ungodly things done to you. I could go into some of the things that not just was done to me, but things that I witnessed and things that I came to the aid for. Because most of the so-called trouble that I got in, it was coming to the aid of fellow prisoners. Because I was a human rights activist before I went to prison. And of course now I'm a human rights revolutionary and a freedom fighter. But for me, every day since being released in, I think, let me say 8 days, I have 1 year home. And every day has been just beautiful. It's all beautiful to me. The trials, the tribulations, especially when Justin was talking about the light situation. That was crazy. I had a situation the first night. First of all, let me back up. The first day that I was home, I went to maybe 5 or 6 events. They had a lot of events for me. And then it culminated in coming home ceremony. And everything that I did, I didn't plan any of it. All the stuff that I planned, I didn't do any of that. Did a whole bunch of other stuff. And once the day was over, that day, the first day, was really my last day because the second day was my first day. Because my first day was my rebirth because it wiped away 42 years of suffering. And I could never, ever, ever imagine that happening. If somebody told me that they did that, I would curse them out, say, you're lying, you broke, you scared, you know, all those ugly things that you say to people that you vehemently disagree with. But it happened to me and I experienced it. And it wiped those 42 years away. I'm not saying that the scars are not still there and so forth, but I know what I experienced was deeply spiritual. And just all that washed away. So the second day was really the first day of my rebirth. And in that rebirth, from that time on, it's all been up. Everything's been up, the challenges and everything. And one of the challenges was the light situation. The very first day I get home, I come home and live with my sister, and she got all the lights off. And I'm like, what is this, the bat cave? Like, I'm not a bat. And so I get up, and I'm like super security minded. Anyway, just even before prison, it just became exaggerated once I went to prison, because you have to be vigilant, because you're around a lot of predators. And you're also around prisoners too, because mostly the guards are predators. But you have prisoners of God, prisoners that are predators as well. And so you have to be vigilant, and I went to prison as a child. So as a child, you really got to be circumspect, and you have to be vigilant about who you're around. You have to see things long terms away. You have to see people move and making chess-like moves, 15 moves in advance. People always ask me, do I play chess? I've never played chess one day the time I was in prison. I never played any games because I didn't have time for games because I had to fight with my freedom. But I always tell them I play chess every day of my life, and I'm really good at it.